Let's party. Let's rock on. You know what I'm saying? Let's rock on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's party. You want to party? Hey, Bobby, how you doing? You kicking it? You want to click on that link? Come on up and party. I was going to do one of these earlier, but I got watching a Dateline. I've watched it before on the over at the other house. I was planning on coming earlier, but I got caught up in it. Wanted to find out who the real killer was. Just be kicking it, you know what I'm saying? This camera's, I like the camera on the old one better. It wasn't so clear. You gotta rock on, know what I'm saying? So I come on. You never know on nights. What's today, Tuesday? People style. Yeah. Thought I'd take a little rest. My sleeping schedule was messed up, although I thought I got it under wraps today. Just partying, that kind of thing. Give a few minutes, see if anybody's out there. Oh, I forgot to put on this. Oh, here we go, right here. Yeah, there I go. You don't have to show your face if that's what you're worried about. If you're worried about that. Yeah, let me look at this thing. Media assets. Let me try this music. Hey, Oliver, how you doing? You want to come out and party? You don't need to show your face. Is that music too loud? Drew Siggers, trying to. Most of the time, anyway. This background thing isn't working. Thank you, world. Thank you. Appreciate it. Trying not to. I think I'll be able to do it. I need that support. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, good for you. World, did you just happen to be on and see me on here? Did you get a notice? Oh, okay. I think those comments are too small on the screen. Oh, you like Frisky? Do you know her? She's got a rockin' body. Single too available. Oh, okay. What school are you going to? Music will drive me crazy. No, that's true. Yeah, you summed it up. Oh, yeah, I do too. Yeah, you nailed it. Very perceptive. Got a rockin' body too. Oh, what's your MBA? And then you're going to specialize in any kind of business? Anything particular? Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? Yeah, you haven't been around in a while? Want to come out and party? You don't need to show your face. Oh, okay. I hope you're doing better. Did you get them resolved pretty much? Oh yeah, I just bought a magazine on AI today. $20. I read the first couple chapters. It's crazy how far it's come in no time. Oh, good, Cheryl. I mean, it's a little bit scary on how it's going to affect things. But I think it's better. I got some great Indian food today. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, cool. You know, I see that Copilot AI that Microsoft had. That's all tied into Excel and Word. I mean, I don't see how anybody's going to compete with that if they use those programs. I mean, that's a big advantage now. Gmail's, you know, their Chat GPT, that's for whatever version they have, that's tied in with theirs, but it isn't like all those Office programs. A lot of businesses are also used like forever. I'm going to fool around with it tomorrow, actually. Oh, is it really? It's not independent? Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I know. It's changed a lot. Yeah, those days are over. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's true. Oh, good for you, Cheryl. Congratulations. It's hard to do sometimes. Yeah, I think everybody's went through that kind of phase at one time or another. It is going to take out jobs. I know an internal medicine guy that was talking to a radiologist. He's already worried. They're already using it in radiology. And actually, it did better than people that were looking at it themselves. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it was good for me too. I had a great time. You know, I don't live there anymore. I live about 1,000 miles away. And there may be some when I go back for a visit. They're not going to be like you're going to find on there now. And, you know, things got better, which I know it sounds crazy, but it isn't as fun. A lot of those areas got cleaned up. Things headed south with COVID. And, you know, like anything in life, right? That ship kind of sailed. It's like it's never going to be like you're used to. I think I was lucky enough to run into a group of people at a special time when Detroit was at a wit's end on whether it'd make it or not. And that kind of brought it all together at the right time. You know, those videos got out there, people like them. But, you know, YouTube doesn't want that kind of content anymore. They don't want drug talk. They don't want sex talk. They don't want dirty language. Yeah, it was a perfect time. It sure was. And, you know, I had my own mental problems at the time down there. I probably wouldn't have been down there to begin with. That was a 200-mile drive for me one way. That whole time, I'd get a hotel while I was down there. And it was just a finite time in the history of Detroit. You know, the police department, they had given big cuts. Cops weren't doing their jobs. So you could just basically do whatever you wanted to do, go in and abandon buildings, which is against the law, but I knew they weren't enforcing it. Half those places have been torn down. The rest of them been locked up. You get arrested if they catch you inside there now. That whole area where I used to interview Maddie and Gerald and some of those girls, Angel, Penny, that's been all wiped out and rebuilt for that new Gordie Howe Bridge between Windsor, Ontario and Detroit, Michigan. Oh, Portland, Oregon. Okay. I've been out there before, Portland, Oregon. Okay. So, but it's like anything. Believe me, I had an inkling that when I was doing those that it was a very good time to do that. And I was right. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. It's just everything came together. It's like all sorts of things, People I met, my availability. Detroit was in the tank. Cops weren't doing their jobs. Just was perfect. Got to find a real glimpse of what life on the street was like, unedited. Can't do that now. Yeah, that hasn't worked in the Scandinavian countries either. Yeah, I mean Eugene, Oregon too. Same with the state of Washington. The blind leading the blind. Yeah, they have places like do that. Michigan's decriminalized certain drugs in Ann Arbor. Well, good for you, world. Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Now, is an MBA program expensive over there? Cheryl, are you working now? No, okay. That bolt of lightning you see, that was just, I got that on video one night, just randomly. I video record storms as much as I can. Oh, okay. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, you certainly would. One of them, anyway. Yeah, no, you're right about that, Eric. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, man, nobody had more fun than I did. Believe me, I was along for the ride just like you were. Just unprofessional, spur of the moment, turn on the camera, no editing. I'm still like that. No, thank you. Yeah, if you listen to the interviews, that was the kind of questions you would ask if you were there. I mean, that was the fun about it. Nothing planned, impromptu, spur of the moment. Glad I got to experience it. Oh, I don't doubt that, Cheryl. Yeah. Hey, Rhea Pink, how you doing? Hey, Sunnyside, how you doing? Sunnyside, you want to come up and talk? You don't need to show your face if you don't want to. I got on late. I was over at the other house, and I happened to watch a Dateline. Yeah, I loved them too, to be honest with you. I loved doing them. I really did. It was a great time. Yeah, it was. I was one of the top events of my life, believe it or not. That whole early period, because I was doing those. Those videos sat around forever, and nobody watched them, which I was fine with. I mean, and the way that happened is I was down there doing photography, and there was a lot of blight. The girls were always so kind to stray animals, birds, and stray cats. And I thought one of these days I'm going to ask them if they'd like to do an interview. And that's how the whole thing started. And I had, saw a lot of street walkers down there before, and I thought, I'd just like to talk to them someday. Actually, I had thought about it long before I did it. And then one day I just asked, and off it went. But for a long time, those sat around and nobody watched them. YouTube didn't promote them. And there was some kid that cut and pasted a couple of them on Reddit, and that's when it really took off. Yeah, I mean, people say that, but I think I did the bare minimum. I mean, I don't really consider I did anything good. I mean, I treated, I'm like that now, whether or not I got a camera rolling or not. And it was just basically, buying them a lunch or being nice to them and trying to get their story. That's all. And then people started donating things and handing things out, and off it went. I mean, I wouldn't, I was innocent at the time, to tell you the truth. I actually thought they'd get better. I thought they just didn't have anybody in their life. Oh, interviewing, yeah, Cheryl, Raven, yeah, Raven's sweetheart, Janice, she's still down there. Yeah, there's true. Well, I don't know if anybody was doing it or not, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't really looking for it, I was just genuinely interested in like that life. I would talk to them when there was a gas station I would go to. That's when they were printing both newspapers, the Free Press and the News. And I grew up reading those papers. So I'd get a coffee, I'd get a Free Press and the News, and I'd go down and read them along the water. And I would run into those girls all the time at the only gas station that was in business there. That's how it all kind of started. Oh, thank you. You haven't been married to me. Yeah. Yeah, you haven't dated me. Probably have a different opinion. Yeah, I mean, I do try and be kind to people, especially people that are in need. But I mean, I don't think I really was a life changer for anybody, that's for sure. Just treat them nice. I think most people would, It was fun. It was super fun. There was a time when I would go down there at like 11 o'clock at night and stay up all night long, photographing. And, if I had a chance for an interview, I'd do it. But if I didn't, that was fine too. I just was like, just photographing stuff, video and stuff. I loved it when the bad weather was down there in the winter. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's any evidence of that, Who knows? I mean, what I took away from the whole experience is that those people were going to be there whether they met me or not. And it's a shitty life. I tell people to this day that I can't think of a worse situation to be in than a drug-addicted prostitute, man. It's the bottom of the bottom. Just you're a zombie. No food, no nutrition. You just don't give a shit about anything. You get all these sexually transmitted diseases. You're estranged from your family. No future. Just having sex with all these perverts. Dirty people abuse you. It's a shitty life. Yeah, Sherry got it together. And so did Country, her name was Amanda. Two of them that I know got it together. And I think there are some others as well, but none that I knew for sure like those two. Amanda, which one? Amanda, there were two Amandas. The one Amanda, the blonde white girl. Well, both of them were white, actually. They both got out of that life and were doing well. Jamie, I don't know. I know she had a baby. That was a couple of years ago. And, I used to keep in touch with people that worked like through needle exchange, donated lunches and stuff like that. And I haven't kind of just lost touch with that whole group of people. So I don't really have anybody in the neighborhood that I talk to, so I don't know. But the Amandas got out of it. Yeah. The cute girl from Ohio, yeah. She got out of it. She had a baby with a guy. I looked on their Facebook once, and I guess they broke up again. She's with some other guy now. She was working at a coffee shop, and I don't know what she's doing now. Yeah. And Sherry, the girl that had a bad complexion for a while, she actually went to rehabs, doing great, married, working full time. But as you know, a lot of them died, and some are still down there, and some I just don't know what happened to them. Yeah. That's a tough life to come out of, I'll tell you. And I think a big reason for that is, I mean, who wouldn't like no responsibilities? Well, when you've got a criminal record, your likelihood of gainful employment, all your family doesn't have anything to do with you, your kids have been adopted. Yeah, people just kind of check out, you know. I live in Georgia now, and I built a new house down here. I feed birds. I make a lot of like nature videos. That's about it. Just down in Florida for a few days. Basically, just take it easy. Stay up late, sleep in, fool around YouTube. Nothing that fun, but I'm not working, so that's fun. I just screw around and don't do shit. Yeah, I live on 240 acres, no neighbors, no noise. Yeah, I live out in the middle of nowhere. Crawfordville, Georgia. You can look it up. They've made a few movies here. It's like a dead town. Mhm. Never have any visitors. All I do is go out to lunch and Megan or Monica. Monica. Yeah, I think you mean Monica. Yeah, Crawfordville, Georgia. You can look it up. Yep. That's where I live. Yeah, Monica. Monica was a sweet girl. Super beautiful girl when she was young. Yeah, shit. Boy, that life will eat you alive, man. Raven was a sweetheart too. And Raven had a boyfriend that really cared for her a lot. But I'm telling you, man, when you have people that get on heroin and they don't want to quit, you got your hands full. I mean, I've seen guys down there fall in love with these women, and it's just, God. I mean, you wouldn't believe what they put up with trying to save them. Yeah, I'm glad you did, Cheryl. Congratulations. Amanda with a dog. Oh, that I think you're thinking about Jamie. Jamie had a dog. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, well, you're getting. Yep, me too. No, I believe that. Yeah, I never thought in my life I'd see that kind of stuff happening where it started to affect the integrity of the city. Yeah, no, go down to Florida if you want to see a bunch of that stuff. It's just crazy. I don't know what they're going to do with this homeless and drug issue. You know, that guy that stabbed those 11 people at that Walmart up in Traverse City, I did interviews, and there was a homeless camp right next to there that they shut down a while back, and I'll bet you money that guy was from there. Oh, yeah, I don't doubt that. Yeah. I mean, you know, you get fed a bunch of information. If you go on and you watch videos of people that live in China, you get an entirely different idea about what it's like to be there than what you read in the media or the political influence that China has or, you know, communism and what they're up to, that kind of thing. So you don't know how you get things spoon fed to you. Until you've been there, you really don't know. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, let me have it. Well, you know, people refer to it as choices. I mean, you know, it would be like you getting in a toxic relationship that your parents didn't like. Like, let's say you got involved with somebody romantically and you wanted to get married and your parents didn't like them. I don't necessarily say it would be choosing to go down the rabbit hole. I mean, I don't really believe people make a choice to be drug addicts. I think it's a culmination of things that lead you there, and that's just one more cog in the wheel of doom. They act like, well, you know, when they say they're on heroin, it's a choice. Not really. There was a lot of stuff that happened before then. It wasn't like they jerked a Rhodes Scholar out of a classroom and said, look, you want to go on heroin today or not? It was like family environment, genetics. I mean, there's no secret formula to what gets people down there. And if you talk to them, there are similarities, but it isn't one exactly way. Yeah. Yeah, Maddie girl, she's in jail, I guess. Yeah, and Rick, I'm pretty sure you're the guy that gave me a bunch of bullshit, aren't you? Yeah, unfortunately. It's just like drug addicts. You get down and you get in that life. They think that anybody that's in a career that doesn't have a criminal record, that is doing well, doesn't really understand the real world. They're just a bunch of phonies that don't want to admit how shitty the world is and that they have. And unless you understand the street life, you're just some innocent loser with an advanced degree that's living in a suburb. Yeah, perfect storm. Exactly right. Oh, sorry about that then, Rick. There was a Barnes guy that was always on here fucking with me. I wasn't sure, but which is why I asked. As far as I know, Maddie, and I can't figure this out either because, for a long time they didn't have any space for low-level criminals in Detroit. And all of a sudden, Maddie and Gerald get locked up and put away over bullshit crimes. It wasn't like they were robbing banks. And they were in there for quite a while. Now, he got out, but she hasn't been seen lately. I don't really keep up with it. So I don't really know, to be honest with you. Oh, Lindsay. Yeah, that was Lindsay. She was a great rapper. Okay, Cheryl. Thanks for coming up. Yeah, I like Lindsay. She was a good rapper, too. If you like rap, by the way, if you want to hear some really good rap, these people will probably never make it. It's like anything, too, a perfect storm. I mean, I think Eminem's an okay rapper. Not great. But there's a guy that produces rap videos in Detroit, and this is his channel. I ran into them one time at the Packard building, that abandoned factory where they used to make automobiles. They were shooting a video, and I was in there doing my thing. It's called K-Free, K-F-R-E-E. But you want to hear some good rap that you'll never hear on the radio? Go look up his channel on YouTube, K-Free. Excellent rap. Really good stuff, like, MF Doom type stuff. I don't know if you know who MF Doom is. Look him up on YouTube, too. He's dead now, but a great rapper. All the good rappers are dead. All the shitty ones are still alive. Yeah. Oh, Marguerite, yeah. I think she's, I don't know what she's up to. Last I knew, she was living with a guy closer to downtown and doing better. Somebody had run into her someplace, said she looked better and was doing better. I hope so. Yeah, but I really don't know for sure. Yeah, Marguerite, like to read all the time. You talk about a tough woman. There's an example of just, dominant genes. She had a pacemaker put in and was an active crack addict. And she had one of those monitors that would broadcast, her state of cardiac issues, I guess you would say. And I'd love to have been a fly on the wall when she smoked some crack and what they were reading. Still alive, though. You'll get somebody that, goes to church every day of the week their whole life, never got a speeding ticket, worked 50 years in a job, all their neighbors love them. They'll have a heart attack, and after eating healthy and never smoking, and you got Marguerite. More questions than answers. It's like the ever ready Energizer Bunny. It's good genes. God knows how much crack she smoked. Yeah, I really don't know. A lot. And then Jason, he overdosed. They found him with another woman. He had a baby with that Amanda, who's doing really well, by the way. I don't talk to her, but I do check out her Facebook from time to time. They found him dead with another woman in the trap house. And Sweet Pea died. Of course, Raven died. Monica died. Penny died. Sarah died. I mean, there's lots of them died. Yeah, me too. Oh, I don't doubt that. But Germany's stricter in like super different things, I mean, I know a guy that got in a lot of trouble for getting caught with a pellet gun. Christ, we hope we have those problems someday. I mean, guns over here, crime, drugs. It's not good. Now, I used to keep in touch with a couple of Marguerite's daughters. One, Lindsay. We had kind of a disagreement on a photo album she'd lent me. And last time I talked to her, she was going to call me back and didn't. And the other daughter just hates Marguerite, said she'd bash her head in with a baseball bat if she ever got an opportunity. And this was at least a couple of years ago, so I don't know what they're up to now. And as novel and interesting as Marguerite was as a person, I don't think you'd have felt that way if she was your mother. You have different relationships with different people. But I saw Marguerite walking around down there long before I ever interviewed her. I liked Marguerite. Again, it was a different relationship that I had with her than her being my mother. I probably wouldn't have liked her either. So you just, that's how life is. But I found in general, just accept them for the situation they're in. Be nice for them for the 10 minutes you're interviewing them, and don't have any expectations. But I just, after time, just in good conscience, I was naive going into it. I thought that maybe they just needed someone to help them. And I was just too innocent. You get lied to, manipulated, but that's the drug. It takes over their minds. Who knows what they're like when they're sober? Crazy. It'll burn your ass out dealing with those people, I'll tell you that. One banana peel after another. Yeah, I think it is, World. I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. They do, yeah. Yeah, the U.S. is just still kind of the Wild West. Our middle class is disappearing. Oh, yeah, I believe that. Yep, I do believe it, yeah. I'd like to go to Berlin someday. I know I never will, but it does seem like a nice place to visit. Black Forest, I could buy a cuckoo clock when I was over there. You just never really know, Oh, I certainly would, yeah. I probably never will, though, to be honest with you. I find flying just a super pain in the ass. Just, taking your shoes off and going through all that bullshit. And, it's just like weird people now, man. You never know. Look at, as it turns out, that Air India, just a lunatic pilot. I know it's a slight chance of that happening. But there's just so many kooks in the world now. I read so much about everything, and I watch videos. I think I know a lot about the places that I would visit, and really, I guess I like just drinking a beer, watching it on the internet, and reading about it more than I'd like going through the trouble of going there. Oh yeah, absolutely right, Aaron. Yeah, I would say run, don't walk. Just get away from her as fast as you can. And if you can't, she'll take you down with her. And besides, you already know right now she's not exactly a good candidate for a positive future. So why fuck with it? No, it's called gene expression. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And you're never going to get everything in one package. You're never going to get, you have these ideas that you come up with. God knows how about the type of person you'd like to be involved with. Yeah, good luck. People that say they don't compromise are full of shit. And like I've said before, I mean, I've tried all facets. You did deliberately crash it. Is that what it was, capitalism? Interesting. No, not possible. At least you're smart enough to realize that. Yeah, that's good. I mean, you could be naive, stupid, or just really love this girl and she'd take you down too. You'd spend the rest of your life just trying to fix things, and it isn't possible. Lots of times. There used to be a good bookstore in Kalamazoo. I used to go and stop and buy a lot of books, rare books. Oh, yeah, I've been in Kalamazoo a lot, actually. I'm from Michigan, Leslie. Yeah. I know some people that went to Kalamazoo Valley College, and I went to a couple air shows there. They used to have a balloon festival. Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think you're probably right. Yeah. I mean, you guys will find out. I mean, it's like that. It's like that with men in the world. And a lot of it's just shit luck. I mean, it's like winning a scratch off in the lottery. You may be one of these people that just come into this world and you get lucky. I mean, you meet like your perfect mate early on, and you couldn't live without each other, and you both die at 95 years old, a day apart from each other. I mean, that happens. But if you're like most people that I know, including myself, I mean, you'll run a variety. You'll find somebody you're super attracted to. They're really attractive, but they don't really have a lot of a future going on, and you just can't get away from them because you're so attracted to them. Then you find the opposite. They got everything going with them, but you're kind of like middle of the road as far as being attracted to them. So it's always kind of a juggle of what you're willing to be satisfied with. And in a perfect world, you wouldn't, and you would hope in a lifetime that someday you'd have somebody fill more of the squares in the box. But it's like anything else in life. Jobs you take, neighborhoods you move into, cities you live in. If you decide to ride a motorcycle, you could ride a motorcycle drunk for 50 years and never get a scratch. You could have a PhD, take one around the block, get hit by a cement truck. People say, well, what was he riding a motorcycle for? Life is doors opening and closing. But with me personally, it's always been risk analysis. The odds. I'll fly an airplane. I'd be glad to skydive, which I've done. But I'm not going to ride a motorcycle. I like the martial arts, but I'm not going to get my brains beat in, even if you call me a winner for a $125 purse. Yeah, fuck that. So, you're always making choices trying to fit into this clusterfuck called success, and there's a certain amount of luck that goes on with that. Not that many, believe it or not. I've been all over the United States, every state, Hawaii and Alaska included, Canada, Mexico, and that's about it. I really was a big-time ephemera and photography collector for years. Daguerreotypes, tintypes, ambrotypes. I had 4,000 photo albums, and I bet 2,000 of those were from Europe, Africa, places like that. And I was always like researching this stuff and looking at it. And I don't know, when you've got 2 or 3 weeks of travel and you're going to these places, I don't think you ever get as much of a feel for the places I had by the research that I did, Yeah, but I'll tell you something, Eric. I mean, it's funny like that. If it wouldn't have been that guy, it would have been somebody else. And if it wouldn't have been you, it would have been somebody else. I mean, it works on both ends of the spectrum. It works you being you and her being her. This is life, man. I mean, there's no set thing. I mean, when I tell people I wish you good luck, I mean that. Because good luck's one intangible factor that, believe me, you want on your side. I know really super great people that did everything right, that got fucking bowel cancer at 22 and died. I mean, you just never, there's no explaining it, man. More questions than answers. Oh, good for you, Leslie. Oh, cool. Yeah, I flew for a long time as a pilot. I did a lot of skydiving. And I had a hot air balloon certificate I got for something one time, my birthday or whatever. And I wasn't even interested in doing it. And I had a buddy of mine that got his balloon license and had his own balloon. And it just never interested me, to tell you the truth. That's another thing too. What you talked about. You got one of you mentioned the rabbit hole earlier on. What are those like? How this stuff gets in your mind and what interests you in it? I don't really know. Why do you like cheddar cheese, but you don't like Roquefort? I mean, everything is so weird. Yeah, but that was in the cards for her. Oh, terminal brain cancer. Oh my God. Nah, you're not responsible at all. Don't believe that. It's not true. You're not. Not when she was at an age to be a consenting adult. That's fucking bullshit. And I'll tell you another thing that I do. I talk to people all the time. I still have people that email me, and you get what you pay for, right? Empirical observation. I mean, I was down there a long time. I read a lot. And let me tell you, there are parents out there. I'm big into DNA, gene expression. I've read hundreds of books on it. I have hundreds. I'd be glad to show them to you sometimes. And you never know what combination you're going to get. There are interesting studies on identical twins that were separated at birth. It isn't your fault at all. This was in the cards for her. Once she became a consenting adult, and I tell parents this too. I have people email me to this day that feel guilty that their kids died from an overdose and they think they had something to do with it. They didn't. They did not. I'm not saying always. You could have had a fucked up background in a terrible household, but that doesn't make you a dope addict. It's gene expression. They had the genes that this interested them. They wanted to give it a try, and they never came back. That's not your fault. It's not. I'm 100% believer in this. I know 2 Jewish families in Florida. One's a neurosurgeon, one's an attorney, and they adopted kids because they couldn't get pregnant. One ruined their fucking life by becoming a heroin addict. The other family ruined their life by being depressive and an alcoholic. She just killed herself about a month ago, 34 years old. Both families, it wore their ass out trying to make these people what they thought they could make them. But they couldn't. You know why? Because the genes. If it would have been their natural baby, that has certainly stood a better chance at having what they thought they were signing up for. But it's the old nature and nurture argument. You can go either way. I can show you data for nature, and I can show you data for nurture. And in those 2 instances, my best guess is they got bad genes, both families, and there wasn't a fucking thing they were going to do about it. Well, yeah, crop duster's cool. Although I would be a little bit weary of the chemicals. I would. Yeah, ag flying's really cool. But with these genetic engineered crops, and now with this AI and all this shit and these fucking drones, I think the way of the crop duster, I mean, their insurances are already pretty much cost prohibitive. And unless you can pay cash for a turboprop ag plane, about $800,000, you're not going to get insurance. So it'll be interesting. I don't think that's a growing field, is my point. It sure will be fun as hell, though, I'll tell you that. A lot of good YouTube videos, which you probably already know. Yeah, no, you're right about that. Yeah, you're right about the drugs. But, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but it does, make me think about it an inordinate amount of time sometimes. I think it could be stuff. I mean, look as an example when, they started taking airplanes out of the air, these fucking hijackers. Shit, you can't even get a razor on an airplane now. Shit, that's another reason why I don't want to travel. Fuck, man, they go through your luggage. It's just not fun anymore. So if they really wanted to clamp down on it, I think they could. Try taking a gun on an airplane now. Can't fucking do it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's pretty unlikely. The drug thing, I'm not sure about, man. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? Oh, no, Tom. My name's Tom, by the way. And the chosen one, too, by the way. Glad you asked that. Because, I have never, ever planned on starting a channel. And I've never once asked somebody to subscribe, like, share, none of that fucking shit. I had been into photography my whole life. Kind of like my videos, just run and gun. I'm not fucking around all day trying to get 2 frogs fucking on a lily pad. Hey, James. I just like run and gun, out of focus, blurry. I'd want to get as many pictures as I can in a little amount of time. I'm just not a professional. I'm not going to be. And with the Chosen One thing, you know, I was always doing photography. I've been doing it my whole life. I was doing light photography in Detroit, and that's how I got to know the girls from getting coffees at a gas station. And then I thought, maybe I'll get into this video shit. Well, what happened? I didn't even have a fucking Gmail. But I signed up for YouTube, and then they sold to Google. And then Google wanted you to have a Gmail. Of course they did. That's how they made all their money. So I got a Gmail. And then after you had a Gmail for a while, they wanted you to come up with a channel name. And I had watched a documentary on LeBron James, who calls himself the Chosen One, which I think is hilarious. And that's how I came up with my name. You know how you type in a few things and it gives you the name? It gave Chosen. And then I kept typing. I mean, Chosen, I wish I wouldn't have named my channel that, because I never thought people would watch it. I wasn't really planning on it. And I'm still not that way. I don't monetize anything. I'm on the way out with YouTube anyway. They don't want guys like me. But I wish, people say, oh, you think you're religious. Well, that's a pretty cheap litmus test to see how smart people are, because it's spelled one, W-O-N, which doesn't have a fucking thing to do with religion. But I wish I'd have named it something different, because it's a pain in the fucking ass. No matter how many people ask me how you spell it, everybody spells it O-N-E automatically when they go to look for me, and they'll contact me and say, I couldn't find it. It's because you spelled it wrong. Good. I ate way too much. Believe it or not, I'm still full. I haven't had that great of Indian food in a long time. I was hungry. It's funny you should say that, because, you guys, let me tell you this about Google. People pay them to be listed as a priority when you search. So if you put in Indian restaurants in, let's say, Augusta, Georgia, there's two of them that come up. One is Persis, which just got the worst cleanliness rating for the second year in a row. I haven't been eating there since the first one. And there's another one called the Curry Hut, which I go to, which is good but not great. Well, today I put in Indian food on my way to Augusta. And that was in Evans, Georgia. And I drove to it. It was the best Indian food I've ever had around here. And I ate like my ass off. I ate that big ass lamb thing, and then I got naan bread, and then I got a soup. And then I ordered this vegetarian thing, which is in the refrigerator. And I just ate too much. It was so goddamn good. I spent $44. It was so absolutely fantastic. I even put a little video up telling people. So unbelievably good. It's just like the Mexican place I go to in Madison. There's not a person in it that speaks English. You got to point to everything. I always ask for the same waitress. It sounds insane, but we get along. Good question. I point, she smiles, I smile. When I go in there, I say I want her. It's the way to go, man. So that Indian food was absolutely fantastic. Cooked to order, this little bullshit place. So damn ridiculously good, man. I probably ate 3,500 calories today for lunch. And I just overate. I've done that a couple times. It's like being starving and eating a whole pizza. I've been tired ever since. That was about 2 o'clock. I'm still full. Damn good. I hope, the lightning shot, that actually was just shit luck. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with weather. I stay up. I get excited when I hear storms coming in. I've actually loved this rain. And that lightning shot you see right there, I didn't even know I got it, to tell you the truth, because I'll run that camera. I bought a 1 terabyte card, and I record at 1080p. So it's not uncommon for me to record 10. Now I can actually record 16 hours, which I never do. I usually record about 8, maybe 11. So what happens is when you upload a video, and I render all my stuff before it's uploaded, so it doesn't take a year. And their program picks out highlights in your recording. And I was surprised as anybody to see that lightning shot. I didn't even know I got it. Because if you think I'm looking through 8.5 hours of a rain video, you're crazy. I know nobody's out here, so I just upload it. It's a private detective my whole life. Yeah, private detective my whole life. No, I was a private detective my whole life. Did mostly fraud, almost only fraud, yeah. Yeah, I'm not religious at all. Yeah, I'd say agnostic's probably a pretty good way of explaining it to me because, you can't disprove it. And I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I think Christianity is a lifestyle and a belief. And, I'm not, I don't want to say it's not true. I'm just saying I think those stories are far-fetched. I'm a big science guy. And, if I'm in hell for eternity, well, you can tell me I told you so. But I think the whole story of the Jesus and the Son of God and the virgin birth, the walking on water and the speaking in tongues and the burning bushes, I just don't buy it. And as time goes on, you're going to find more and more that it's just doesn't exactly point its way to the story we've been told. Genesis, the two versions of Genesis, another example. I mean, the sun was here before the earth. It wasn't like, and then there was light. No, the light was here before the earth was made. I'm a big believer in science. It's not right all the time, but that's what I'm going with. When I get sick, I go to a doctor that has a medical degree, not a Ouija board seller or a tarot card reader. Oh, okay. Well, it's not bad. Yeah, I mean, you just never, I could be wrong. Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of fraud investigations, and like I tell people all the time, my personal experience with Indians has not been good. Of course, by the time you get a case referred to me, you're not exactly in the best company anyway. So that could be it. I'm just saying it overall hasn't been positive. And even aside from investigative work I did as a private detective, it just, yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, and I just have a hard time. I think it's discriminatory too. I just don't think that the Buddhist is going to hell, and I don't think the Jew's going to hell. And I mean, somebody's wrong. We know this for sure. And you look back and you look at how religion was created, and you look when it broke off from philosophy, then went back to philosophy, then broke off to religion. And I'll give you a perfect example. Homosexuality is an example. I think there's a biological basis for that. I don't think it's a bad habit. I don't think it's a rogue mental illness. So it's just things like that, same with the trans and all that other shit. If you want to change your sex, good for you. I just don't want to pay for it. Well, it's just starting to rain again. Yeah, I think you can do whatever you want. I don't care about that stuff. I just don't want to pay for it. I think it's an elective surgery, like a facelift, breast augmentation, getting varicose veins removed, cellulite sucked out. I put it in that category. I don't think taxpayers should have to fund it, not at all. They want to have gay parades and all that shit. Good luck. I've had lots of good gay friends. I actually have administrated the estate for two gay guys that I've met during my life. Good guys. There's an old adage, there's nothing more lonely than dying as an old nun or an old gay guy because you have no family. And there's an element of truth to it. Now, it doesn't bother me having no family, but I know it does bother most people. They can fling me in a damn dumpster in the back of the 7-Eleven if they want. I could care less. Actually, I hope vultures eat me. I know that'll probably never happen, but I wouldn't mind it. Oh, the Hindus. Yeah, I run into a lot of Hindus around here. Oh, no kidding, huh? It's funny, the Hindus, around here at least, the ones I talk to, some of them eat meat, some of them don't. Some of them eat just chicken. Really? Yeah, like I said, I haven't exactly had great experiences. I'm not saying that they're all crooks. I'm just talking about, my own experience. I've probably been in the wrong area to like me. Although I had this weird kind of skin cancer that was actually categorized as a form of leukemia. And I saw an Indian doctor. She was great. I don't think she's burning down buildings for insurance money. So it's just kind of like the people that I cross paths with and why. But as a PI, I was on the road a lot, and I was always there's a lot of them own hotels. Indians? No, nope, never had kids. Nope, was married, got divorced. But when a lot of the Indian hotels, I was always catching those fuckers in my rooms, adding charges and all sorts of bullshit. It's just been my experience. I never wanted any kids, man. Honestly, I never wanted to be like tied in that tight with anybody, and I had crazy fucking parents. I was always kind of worried genetically, and I didn't have a good upbringing, and that family thing wasn't ever anything that ever interested me. No, it really didn't. I mean, it's daunting bringing kids into this world. I mean, I guess I was probably just afraid to do it too. I mean, the world's got too many people already. I think maybe back in the day, but in this day and age, to bring a kid into this world, it's like, why? But that's just my mentally ill mind speaking. I mean, we have had crazy rain lately. I'd say like 7.5 inches in 4 days, which isn't insane, but it's been raining a lot. It's raining right now. Now it's cool down here, so we're not getting those great lightning and thunderstorms. I mean, unfortunately, I really like watching those, like this one in this picture. That's super cool. Glad it didn't strike me. 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit gets up to. And if you see what it does to these big giant trees, cook you like a Christmas turkey. Yeah, no thanks. Yep. So that's all I know. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to sign off. I think I'm going to go do a little reading, check up the news, catch up with things. I appreciate you guys coming on and talking, and I thank you. Hey, good luck in school over there. Everybody else, I hope you have a good day tomorrow. I always come on these promptu. I've tried scheduling chats before, but most of the time after I've scheduled one, I found that I didn't feel like doing it. I'd rather just come on spur of the moment. Weird. I don't like plans, I guess. So I hope you guys have a good day, and again, thank you. And I'll be coming on later in the week, particularly the weekend. And that's it. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks a lot. All right, you guys, take care.